Welcome back to the course on programming paradigms. In this video, we will be discussing about exception handling. An exception is an unexpected error which occurs at runtime. Built-in exceptions are automatically detected by the language. Exceptions can also be explicitly raised. Exceptions are handled by exception handlers to recover from error conditions. Exception handlers are user defined program fragments that are executed when an exception is raised. Some of the exceptions that might occur are arithmetic overflow, end of file on input, wrong type for input data, etc. If there is no exception handling mechanism, the programmer has three options. It can invent a value that can be used by the caller when real value cannot be returned. It can return an explicit status value to the caller, which must inspect this particular status after every call, or it can rely on a caller to pass the closure for error handling routine. Exception handling mechanism actually will handle all these issues on its own. We do not have to bother about that. So, what are the purposes of exception handler? The purpose of exception handler is to recover from an exception to safely continue the execution. If full recovery is not possible, it should print error messages. If the exception cannot be handled locally, it should clean up the local resources and propagate the exception to its outer scope. Languages like CLU, ADA, Modula 3, Python, PHP, etc. provide exception handling facilities. In C++ and Lisp or Scheme, all exceptions are programmer defined. Next, we move on to exception handling in PL bar I. It is done using on condition statement. In PL bar I, whenever you meet an on condition, that particular statement is not executed. Instead, it is remembered. Whenever we meet that particular condition which causes the error, then only that particular statement will be executed. Next, we will see exception handling in C++. In C++, all the exceptions has to be defined by the programmer. C++ exception handling is built upon three keywords: try, catch, and throw. The syntax of C++ exception handling is this: try. If something unexpected happens, you will throw an exception using throw my exception, and that particular exception will be caught by this particular catch statement. Okay, and you will write your handling mechanism inside the catch block. So this is the detailed syntax. These are some of the examples of exception handling in C++. Then exception handling in Java, again you can have try catch statements. And in Java you have inbuilt exceptions. So these are some of the examples in Java. You can see that an arithmetic exception. You have built-in exceptions like arithmetic exception, array index out of bound exception, etc. in Java. You can have nested try catch blocks. You can also throw exceptions using throw. So you will do it using throw new your throwable instance.